subscribe to my YouTube channel. And we got a really important video here. This is the Fortnite update, which is basically what I'm going to be talking about is the Unreal Engine 5.1. We're going to talk about the shortcomings. We're going to talk about what is good, what is bad. I'm doing this on my phone right now, and I don't particularly like doing this, but it's a small channel. So if you want better quality, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Listen, we're going to talk about the nanite, its shortcomings. We're going to talk about the lumen, its shortcomings, and there's some descriptions that are within this video. So I hope you guys enjoy.
But now with a new version of 5.1, we can finally enable nanite on trees. I want to get closer. There's a terrible frame rate for some strange reason.
So I actually wanted to show here that nanite is definitely supported for the foliage. You can see that there is basically no level of detail at all as you fall with these trees. There are limitations to nanite, such as you just saw the gentleman saying that there's a performance issue, but the trees don't move that much.
Supports the two-sided foliage shading model by gathering lighting from the back face and scattering it to the...
So yes, nanite is finally supported with the foliage here. You can actually see what they were talking about with the leaves having the subsurface scattering, the light shining through it. It's a pretty cool effect. I actually like it a lot. You can actually tell though, if you look real close, there's like a granular, or not granular, but like a stipple effect. So it's a limitation, and it helps for the speed up the effect itself.
Now I want to show you examples of lumen improvements with global illumination. Previously, the bounce lighting had to rely on a voxel approximation, but now it is able to bounce lighting directly off the material itself, which creates far more realistic and accurate bounce light. Major upgrades to lumen are high global illumination and high quality translucency reflections, which allows for 60 FPS with global lighting, improved bounce lighting, and improved reflections.
From here, guys, you can actually see the real-time global illumination, how it lights up the room. He's already explained it, so I don't need to do too much. There is a slight delay. They actually showed this when they first showed Unreal Engine 5. You can see here that, they need time to accumulate the effect.
And nanite, while it is incredibly impressive technology, does not support world position offset. You can imagine if you had a bush that had like 1 billion verts in it, if you were using nanite, it would have to calculate 1 billion different points in space to move around and that kind of thing.
Overall, I think nanite is a massive improvement, and in most use cases, it's what you would want to use. But just so you're aware, there are specific cases where nanite could use improvement, and hopefully it will be accounted for in future releases. When attempting to change the position without deforming the mesh or the object, it works really well. But if you were trying to deform this slightly to create a sort of water ripple effect, then the nanite wouldn't be a good option. So how it works is that all geometry is made up of polygons, and the more you have, the more detail is available. But that will also make it take longer to process. When dealing with large environments, for a long time it was impossible to keep the same graphical fidelity across all geometry or everything in the game without destroying performance. This was mitigated through the use of level of detail, or LOD. It used to take forever to implement different levels or layers of detail that would use less and less polygons the further away from the camera the object was. That way only the stuff you were close enough to see the details on would be rendering a high level of detail, and stuff in the background would essentially be cardboard cutout.
As we come to a close with this video, let's talk about the pros of actually using nanite here. As you can see here, you're basically getting a near infinite detail when it comes to polygonal detail. In terms of the leaves and foliage, it's probably going to be like a massive performance to get that to work, but everything else that's static seems to work just fine. The future is looking really bright for Unreal, because I didn't think it was going to reach the 60 frames per second. I just didn't think they were going to do that. Another shout out to this as well is their reconstruction technique, which is actually used, from what I could tell, with the global illumination. That shit is tops. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's awesome. Leave me a like and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. And until next time.